episode 137.
Are you ready to take your eBay business to the next level? Then hold on, because Ron and Ali are going to take you into the fast lane with the latest tips and insights from some of the biggest and most successful sellers here on the So You Want to Sell on eBay podcast.
Welcome once again to another episode of So You Want to Sell on eBay. I'm Ron LeBeau.
And I'm Ali Young.
Hey, everyone. We have with us today Paul Apollonia. Paul, how you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful, guys. I'm so excited to be on the show here.
Yeah, absolutely. We're excited to have you here. So, Ali, how you doing today in Thailand, my friend?
I'm doing marvelous. Thanks for joining, Paul.
Oh, you bet.
Excellent.
You guys bet. So anyhow, Paul has sold on eBay since 2001. He specializes in parting out items to resell. He also does some training classes in classrooms and online training classes using Skype and other means. So Paul, tell us a little bit more about what you've got going on. It sounds like you stay pretty busy, my friend.
Yes, I do. Thank you, Ron. I basically get items. I used to do small engine repair a couple of years ago. I stopped doing that about a year ago, and I'm focusing more on parting out items. People tend to give me a lot of things, small engine items, lawnmowers, outdoor equipment, and I basically part them out in my garage, and I sell the parts on eBay.
Damn.
Well, very cool. So, I mean, if you have two Lawn Boy, well, let's use Toro, okay? If you have two Toro lawnmowers that are the same, how do you keep the parts separate? How do you know that this is with this model and this is with this one? It sounds to me like it's pretty crazy, yeah?
Yeah, well, it is pretty crazy. I have somewhat of an inventory system. 2018 is the year of getting my inventory all straightened out. So I'm actually still a work in progress because I've got so much inventory. And I'm working on just getting a system with shelves that I've got in the garage. And I've got a bunch of what they call banana boxes from the grocery store I got years and years ago. And I keep my parts in there alphabetically, and I use the item number sometimes. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, it's not this fine running machine.
I bet it's not. I mean, I'm looking at this, and it looks like a square lump of plastic. I mean, how do you have knowledge in like engine parts and weird stuff? I mean, I just look at this, and is that the one I sold, or was it that black thing over there that I sold? I mean, how do you know?
You just know after years and years of working with this stuff, you know. You just know what sells and what doesn't sell. You know, you got to know. The thing with parting out is, back in the old days, I used to spend a really, really, really long time parting out an item. But you got to really look up, like I look up the model number on eBay and I see what parts are out there, what parts have sold and what parts are for sale. And I go from there. And I time myself. I set my phone on a timer like a half an hour, and I look at how far I've gotten in a half an hour, because you don't want to spend 6 hours parting out something, because you're not making no money spending 6 hours parting out one item.
Definitely. So
you got to stay focused.
That's a really good point. So I'm out. You have to stay focused. I'm done.
I'm still working, taking the background out of the image. No, so it's like, are you rolling around in trash cans? I mean, do you walk down the road and see something in the bin and think, I could have some of that?
Well, yeah, funny you should mention that. I've been known to pass piles of trash, and my kids are screaming in the car, "No, Dad, don't pull over." In fact, let me give you a real quick story about last year. We were coming down my street, and there was this big pile of trash, and the guy was putting out more trash, and I saw something in there, and I asked him, and my daughter's screaming in the car, "Don't ask him that, don't ask him." And it turned out to be one of those old bull worker, you know, the things they used to have back in the 70s, used to pull on them. And
yeah.
You know, it used to be used for working out. And I grabbed that thing, cleaned it up a little bit, and got $45 for that thing on eBay. Within like 3 days, I sold it. So I do a lot of. I do a lot. I also pick up microwave trays too. Out of microwaves I see, you know, in trash, I'll pull the tray out, and you get about $12, $15 a tray. You know, like the glass platter. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So, stuff like that.
So you're not a nicher. Is that what I'm understanding?
No. Well, I guess my niche is really small engine parts, but then I just part out anything I can find. Vacuum cleaners, anything that'll bring in some money.
Sure. And you've obviously done fairly well with it, right?
Yeah. It's fun. I like it. I like it a lot.
You know, because I'm looking at this, I see parts, I see more weird stuff. I think it's a part, I see parts, and then I see a Jackie Training X DVD, Lose Your Abs. I mean, you couldn't be more extreme if you tried.
Yeah, I picked that up, I think, at a thrift store. I don't actually, to be honest with you, I don't do a whole lot of thrifting because I spend more time, with the parting out and stuff. But every once in a while, I go into a thrift store, and I think I got that for a nickel or something, and it's been on there forever. I probably got to take that down and donate it or something.
Don't take it down. Leave it up there.
It makes the store look good. That's what I reckon. So how did you get into all of this then? I mean, did you have a full-time job before this, or you just woke up one day and thought, I'm going to sell parts on eBay?
Well, years ago, many, many, many years ago, when I was in high school and right out of high school, I did small engine repair for a couple of years. And then I got a career and did IT work for about 22 years. And I always did small engine repair on the side. So I know the parts. So
yeah, it sounds like it, man. I know who to call when I can't get my lawnmower to start.
That's right. You got it.
Walk me through fixing it on Skype or something,
That's right. So, I'll charge you. Watch out.
So I suppose, like, if it's got cracks, I mean, obviously this isn't new stuff. This is old stuff. So you're obviously declaring if it's broken. I mean, you really must be quite thorough with your descriptions with this sort of stuff.
Yes. Yeah, right. And if there's any kind of damage or any kind of marks, I always take a picture of that. And I usually say refer to picture 5 or 6 for the mark or the scratch. Yeah. I mean, this stuff is used. Believe it or not, my return rate is very low, knock on wood. Because I really try and describe my items correctly and work with people if there's a problem with anything. So,
well, that's key. I mean, Ali and I have been doing this long enough to know, and you really don't need to be doing this very long to understand that, it is very, very important to make the customer happy.
Yes. Years ago, when I used to get a return, it used to ruin my whole day. Why that person? What's he trying to do? Yep. And they're just trying to return an item. It's part of business. Now I got a return the other day for somebody who said, this item smells. Okay. I don't know what that means.
He's in the wrong store, really, isn't he?
I don't know. I didn't question it. I said, okay, just return it. They returned it, and I gave them their money back. And I could just resell it. It's fine. I don't smell anything, but that's fine. Whatever. Right. But years ago, I would have been up in arms and ruining my whole day, which means you don't list anything. You're angry. You're not working on your business because you're focusing on a $9 item. Yeah. It's going to be returned.
And you're spending the whole day putting perfume on it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. How do you know?
Exactly.
Oh, this is the nicest smelling suitcase you've ever smelled.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, brilliant. So what about shipping and stuff? Because you got, some of this stuff looks like, I'm looking at this cast iron Roman sundial thing. So how do you working out the sort of weights on products to ship around such a big country?
What I do there is I look at other items, like I'll look up sundials and I'll see what other people are shipping it for, and I'll go with that. Or there's I'll use the zip code out in the state of Washington, since I'm on the East Coast. Yep. And I'll put in that zip code and I'll just charge that rate. I don't do a whole lot of calculated shipping. I just do a lot of flat rate, like I'll just charge a flat price. Most of the time, about 90% of the time, I'm okay. And every once in a while, I'm a little short. Yeah. So I could do calculated, but I don't know.
Yep. No. You found your system. You found what's working for you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just amazing. That's why me and Ron love doing this show, because we just have people that just sells different stuff and it works. Doesn't matter. I don't think I've ever met anyone who they put stuff up there and it sells. It's absolutely amazing.
It really is. It is incredible, and I would be curious to see your garage, because I can't imagine. I can't even imagine. Tell me it's a big garage, Paul.
It's a 2-car garage full of stuff that's a lie. Organized?
Yeah.
My wife saw me to clear out half of it for her car, and that's a sore subject right now. So
that's a lot of space.
That's okay. She'll never listen to this. Go ahead and say what you want to hear.
That's right. And I got the backyard full of stuff, and so it's interesting,
I'm sure it is. Yeah. That's really cool, man. And you've been doing this for quite a while now, and you're doing it full time now, right?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
That's cool, man. I know, you and I met at Ecom Chicago, and we had some great conversations there. So do you go to many conferences, or is that just like one that you hit?
That was the first time I was at Ecom Chicago. I'm going to make every effort to get back to that one. I did go to eBay, the one in Vegas out in 2014.
Yeah.
And that was great. I loved it. The problem is just airfare. It's just a killer for me on the East Coast. I mean, it's just.
Oh, yeah.
It's a lot of money. And I'll be honest with you, go there or take a family vacation. I have to take the family
you've got no choice. I know how you feel with that one. Try explaining that to the family. I'm off to Vegas on my own. I'll see you all later. We're not going on holiday this year.
But I promise you, I will not have any fun at all.
Exactly.
Right. Now, the Ecom Chicago is affordable. The airfare was cool. The room was cheap. So, I really would like to do that again. I might have a conflict with a training I'm doing at the beginning of November. I'm trying to confirm everything right now. So.
Wow.
But Ecom Chicago is just a really cool conference anyhow. So that's cool. I mean, they're all nice, but, I have to say it's probably one of my favorites for sure. So let's get back to the eBay side of things. And, you started selling your lawnmower parts and probably chainsaw parts, I'm guessing. Are you good at chainsaws too?
Yes.
And so you have a lot of chainsaw parts on there?
Uh-huh. Yes.
Wow. Unbelievable, man. I tell you what, you guys that really know how to work with your hands, because I really don't. I don't get the mechanic thing. I think I just totally missed all that, right? And I mean, I can tell you what a spark plug is, but much beyond that, not really good. So it's good.
Okay.
It's good that you guys are able to do that and then take that and be able to sell the parts that people need.
Right. I work with I talked to Matt out in Washington a lot. You interviewed him for a while. Yeah, so we bounce ideas off of now he's doing it. I mean, wow, he's making some serious money doing it.
Yeah, he's a great guy too. Yeah.
He really is.
Ron and Ali will be right back after this short break.
So, you have an idea, a big idea, and you're ready to jump into the world of e-commerce. Awesome. But where to start? The answer is only a click away. At solutionsforecommerce.com, you'll find available services to help manage, audit, or even build your e-commerce site from the ground up. With over 10 years of experience in developing and managing channels on sites like Amazon, eBay, Shopify, and Etsy, Solutions for E-commerce can help you to grow your small or large business. Take a step back from the technical and do what you do best, and let Solutions for E-commerce handle the tedious stuff like creating, reviewing, adding, or removing listings, setting up or organizing store categories, even merchandising and customer support. Find out why their clients say that their business wouldn't be what it is today without the help from Solutions for E-commerce. Visit solutionsforecommerce.com and take your e-commerce business to the next level. That's Solutions, the number 4, ecommerce.com. Use promo code eBay at checkout for an exclusive So You Want to Sell on eBay podcast discount. Life is full of numbers. Our brains process literally hundreds of numbers and equations every hour of every day. When it comes to your business, give your brain a break as well as peace of mind that the numbers are figuring up as they should with MyCost Pro. MyCost Pro is an easy-to-use automated eBay bookkeeping program for Excel that imports sales data directly from your seller account. MyCost Pro automatically generates accounting and performance reports to show you your true bottom-line profit. You can even view and edit active listing details such as price and quantity, and relist unsold items directly from MyCost Pro. All you need is Excel on your Windows PC. Take control of your business and free up those long nights of crunching the numbers. Visit mycostpro.com for a 21-day no-obligation free trial using coupon code PODCAST, exclusively for So You Want to Sell on eBay podcast listeners.
Be sure to check out out So You Want to Sell on eBay.com for the latest podcasts and all the information you need to get selling fast.
So tell us about how you're acquiring this stuff. How do you actually get the parts, and how do you get all this stuff? I know you said that a lot of people give you stuff, but that can't be your sole source of sourcing. And say that 3 times real fast.
Go on, one more time, Ron.
Sole source of sourcing.
Mate, we just look at that. That's going to be like a quote or something. We're going to have to put it out on the show somewhere.
Yeah. But tell us how you get your stuff, because it's pretty interesting how, a lot of people talk about going to Goodwill and stuff, and people that sell small engine parts probably do not.
No, there's not too many lawnmowers at Goodwill or thrift stores. They're there, but there's not. What I've been using lately is the Craigslist free section. You can set up alerts. You can set up alerts in Craigslist to email you every time somebody posts something. Like I have an email alert for mowers, lawn mowers. You just put a keyword out there: chainsaws, trimmer, blower, vacuum cleaner.
You mean if they're giving it away?
If they're giving it away for free, and then I jump all over it. I get the email, and if it's close enough to me, I go get it. I don't travel an hour to get a lawnmower, and I'm just not going to do that. It's just...
So you travel a long distance just really fast. Is that what you're saying?
Right, yeah. Usually about 15 minutes, one way. But yeah, that is my main source. And I just have people over the years, people just call me and give me things. So, from my consignment, I did a lot of consignment back in the day, and I'm getting back into it, but I'm running that business a lot differently now to where I'm making money at it. Before I was making money, but I wasn't making nearly as much because I had my rate so low. But people just give me stuff. People call, "Oh, do you want this?" Like, want it? Yeah, sure.
Yes, definitely.
Free? Yeah, it's something that I can flip for a decent money. Yeah, sure, decent amount, sure.
Wow. And a lot of people just throw this stuff away, don't they? Because it's just, this damn lawnmower's been in my shed for months. Let's just chuck it away. But to you, it's an asset, and you make a wad of cash off it.
That's right. Especially springtime when it won't start. We're a throwaway society. People just throw away things. They don't even want to get them fixed.
Yeah, no kidding. And I'll be honest with you. I've got a weed eater out in my garage that I probably just need to get a rebuild kit for the carburetor. But a lot of people would just throw it away, and I think I can get that kit for like $10 or a new carburetor for not much more.
Yeah, you're right. Probably about $10.
Yeah, Paul's discount store you could look at, Ron. Maybe you could find it there.
Oh, check that out. Look at that plug. That was cool.
There you go. That's good. So are you like a one-man show? Are you doing all of it on your own?
Well, yeah, I am. I'm basically a one-man show. I've got my daughter now helping me taking pictures, and she's doing a really, really good job with pictures because she loves photography.
Yeah.
She's 17 years old, so she's really into photography, and she's doing a heck of a job doing pictures.
Brilliant.
So I'm paying her a little bit to do the pictures for me, which saves me. I didn't think that would save me a lot of the time. Like I thought, like how much time is this really going to save me? But it saves me a ton of time because there's one less thing I don't have to do.
Yeah. Well, and it's not just the time either. It's more like, it's one less thing you have to do, right? So it's it's one. That's awesome. I love that because now she can do that. She's doing a really good job, and it's one less thing that you have to worry about. That's really cool. Do you want to give her a shout out?
Sure, Rose. Apollonia is her name. She doesn't have a website or anything. She's on Instagram.
Excellent.
So she's out there.
Looking for a photographer? Give her a shout out. That's awesome.
There you go. You're right. Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Shoot me an email.
What's the I like asking this question. What's the weirdest thing you sell? Because you must have. I'm looking at your store and you got weird stuff on there. So what's the weirdest thing out of the weird stuff you've got that you've sold?
Well, those bras are pretty weird, to be honest with you.
They are, aren't they? Yeah. It's just the way that they're there at the beginning of your store. So you got this store full of stuff, and then there's these bras,
Right. Well, how I got those bras is from an Amazon seller I work with. I take most of his returns in.
That's what I would say too, Paul.
Weirdest thing I ever sold? Gosh, I don't know, to be honest with you. I'm amazed at what people buy. People will buy.
Yeah, I bet you are.
They'll spend $5 for a used part when a new one is $6. But I mean,
like saving a buck.
I guess. Let me think about that weirdest thing.
We'll come back to it.
I love putting people on the spot. It's brilliant.
What was the most expensive thing you sold? Let's go that route.
Yeah.
Sold somebody gave me this. This was years ago. It was I forget the name of it. It was a studio grade, big, huge CD player for recording studios. I have no idea what it was used for, and I sold it for $1,600. So,
wow.
Oh,
that
gold.
Stands out.
Definitely.
Somebody gave it to me. You want this? It was in the original box and everything. And I went, ooh, that makes shipping really easy. So it was good.
That's just, that's
crazy.
Yeah. We hear so many of those stories, and I imagine that's what keeps you going in this stuff. It's just looking for that next big thing.
Or a bunch of little things.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's just
the big things are great, but I live off of the little sales. To be honest with you, that's my bread and butter. People argue with me. Oh, I only sell things for no less than $30. Well, that's my bread and butter. The $10, $15 items I can get out real quick.
Yep.
That's how I make a living. A lot of people do it on the other end. That's fine. Whatever works for them. And that's what's so nice about this business is you can run it however you want to run it.
Exactly. You're absolutely correct. And, that's, part of the reason why Ali and I do this is because, we're going to get a different story from every single person that we interview. There's going to be some similarities for sure. But, man, for the most part, everything is different in the way that people do things, which is really kind of cool.
Yes, it is.
So do you ship worldwide? Or are you just keeping this in America?
No, I ship worldwide. I use eBay's global shipping program.
Okay.
I used to do it without the global shipping program, and I just found it to be more hassle on my end because I'm not good with paperwork and all this other stuff. So I love global shipping program. I know some people have major issues with it. I really haven't had any problems with it. I've sold things to Australia, Russia, all over the place. Big items, small items, I really haven't had a problem with it.
So for the person who's new or the person who doesn't understand what that is, explain. So how does the process work for that?
Okay, so basically eBay has a big site in, is it Kentucky?
Yes.
I forgot where it was. Thank you so much. I just forgot. So all I have to do is I have to get the item to Kentucky, to their site in Kentucky.
Yep.
So I can ship it UPS. Not UPS. Post office or FedEx. The cheapest way I can to Kentucky. Once it gets there, it's in eBay's hands. It can get lost. It can get damaged. As long as I'm packing the item correctly, now I'm not throwing. If I throw it in a box and it gets damaged, I could be liable for that. But if I'm packing it correctly, and eBay gets it, they do open the boxes sometimes and make sure that it's the right item in there and everything. As long as it's packed correctly, it can get damaged and anything, and I'm out of the picture. eBay handles everything.
So what about payment?
Pretty good deal.
So what about payment though? So how does it work? How do you know how much it costs? Let's say to Thailand.
The buyer pays all that. eBay sends them an invoice with all the fees and taxes and everything. So I don't know anything about that. So
okay,
I just ship it to that site. I pay for my shipping, and eBay sends them all the information they need to pay.
And that's the cool thing about it. You're only paying shipping to Kentucky, right?
Right.
Right. That's a great thing. The shipping program. We've heard some things about it, but most people really love it that use it.
Yeah, I love it.
So talk about shipping. When you talk about shipping, how do you ship your products? You got, where do you get your supplies? Do you scrounge up boxes and things? Because you've got some oddball. What I'm trying to say.
Funny you should mention that.
Oh, right.
See, I also go by the name of Frugal Paul. So, and I'm, and yes, I get probably 95% of my packing material in boxes from either people give them to me, or I see them laying around, or I don't really dumpster dive that much because I'm just getting too old. I can't climb out of the dumpster as fast as I used to.
Oh my gosh!
But if I see something hanging out of the dumpster, I'll grab that.
The fact that you said you don't do that anymore really that's just awesome. That is so cool.
Oh my God!
So that's what I do basically. I think the only thing I buy on a consistent basis is tape. Everything else is is either found or people give me. Or now there is a problem with doing that, because then you really don't know the size of the boxes. So sometimes it takes me a little while to pack something as I'm trying. Let me try this box. Let me try that box. So you got to really be careful. You don't want to spend a whole lot of time. See, I can get all this stuff for free, but if I'm spending more time figuring out what box fits, maybe it's better that some people should just go out and buy boxes, because then that saves you time. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to get into it.
No doubt.
So be careful with that, you know. But,
to me, it sounds like you got it sussed. I mean, here you got free products, you got free packaging, you're sending it to a place where they do free internet. I mean, it sounds like your whole business is based off people giving you stuff and you're making money out of it. I think that's just such a smart business.
Yeah, thank you. It's working out. You know, I'm really happy with what I'm doing. So that's great. It's working out.
Yeah, and you're teaching your daughter how to do it as well. I love that concept, you know, so that she can see that, you know, you don't always have to go to work for somebody else. You can do this on your own if you can, you know, and create your own business. That's really cool.
Yeah, or something on the side.
Yeah, or full-time if you want to.
That's right.
You know, and maybe she can get in the dumpsters now and stuff. So, you know, like the last question I like to ask, because I don't know, I just keep telling Ron we need to make this show longer. It's unbelievable. The quick, as soon as you start talking, the show goes so quick, and I've just lost another minute by talking rubbish. So, where do you see yourself in the future? I mean, what's your empire going to look like in about a year or two?
Well, I would like to be maybe still working from home, but have some kind of small warehouse or maybe a large storage unit where I can have this stuff away from my house and not be cluttering my house. Yeah. Maybe have an employee part-time helping me out. You know, because like I love the business, but I really want to tone down the amount of hours I'm working. And I think by getting somebody helping me and getting things more organized, that would be the answer.
Are you working more than 4 hours a week?
4 hours?
Yeah.
I'm working a little bit more than 4 hours a week there, Ron. 5, I think I'm working.
There you go. Well, cool.
Yeah, it's just knowing when to take that leap, though, isn't it? I mean, it's such a common thing. It's like, when do you get that next employee? When do you get that next property? I mean, last person we interviewed, I think they ended up getting 3 houses to store this stuff in. I mean, it just, especially your items, they're so big and bulky. You're not dealing with stamps here.
Right, I know. Yep, and every item is a different size and a different weight, and so it works out.
So that's cool. I mean, as long as you know where everything is and you're not wasting time trying to find it, I mean, I suppose it works, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It does. Rarely can I not find an item. Now, there have been a few times where I couldn't find an item, but, you know, those are the nightmare times. But
yeah.
I don't have many of those, so
there's lots of cling, chong, chang happening. I imagine trying to find it.
You got it. It's right there, right?
Yeah, and it's always at the bottom of the box, isn't it? That's where it always is. It's
exactly.
Like, wait, why are you always down in the bottom?
One time I was looking for an item for 2 days, and I called them, or I messaged the buyer. I said, I'm having trouble finding this in my warehouse. Which
in your warehouse,
in my inventory system, and I was stepping over it the whole day trying to find it. I'm like, what's that on the floor? Oh, that's it right there.
Nice.
But that was in the old days when I wasn't organized.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
No,
there we go.
It's not today. No.
No.
But that's cool. I mean, that's what's so great about it. It's your little business. It's your little thing, you know, and you can run it how you want. And this stuff is old and stuff anyway. I mean, I don't imagine you have to keep it in a really clean sort of poly bag sort of style, do you?
No, I don't. Nope.
So it's a lot easier. So sadly, Paul, we've run out of time. This has been fantastic. It's been great to have you. Ron's mentioned you a few times, so it's great having you come on the show here. And again, just share your experience of something that you love doing, going out there, finding stuff, getting stuff given, breaking it down, putting it on eBay. I mean, it's just, that's the day and age we live in. It's just fun. So thanks so much for joining us, Paul.
Oh, thank you guys for having me. I really enjoyed it. Really love your program, and I spread the word when I can. for everybody to listen to you guys. You guys are great.
Yeah, no, it's brilliant. We'll have to get you back on. We'll post all the notes from today's interview on our show notes page, which can be found at www.soyouwannasellonebay.com/show notes. Paul, before you leave us, and I think we actually forgot to mention it, you have some ways people can get in contact with you, and you've also got a product or something, haven't you?
I do a lot of training, and they can find out about that from my website, Paul Apollonia, APOLLONIA.com. I also have a YouTube channel. Just look me up, Paul Apollonia, on YouTube. A lot of eBay videos, how-to videos, some little, how-to videos. Like I posted one on how I fixed my toilet the other day, just stuff like that.
Damn,
and I also do training, online training, and I also do classroom training and small group training in the Raleigh area.
Is there anything you don't do?
I used to do a lot more. I've trimmed it down.
Knitting. I don't do knitting. Knitting days are over. That's brilliant, Paul. No,
that's
seriously,
right.
It's brilliant, and you're such an inspiration to other people. And I think a lot of people are going to get a lot out of this show. It just takes another one of those excuses that I haven't got anything to sell. Go down your local dumpster, pull some stuff out, stick it on eBay. Done.
You got it.
Yeah, so brilliant. Thanks again, Paul. Also, don't forget our new empire, mine and Ron's empire, the NorillaDigitalMarketing.com. That's a new way that we can offer our services of all these years that we've been doing web design, social media, marketing, all that sort of wonderful stuff that sounds technical but really isn't. Go check out digital marketing, NorillaDigitalMarketing.com, and we'll see if we can help you out. From everyone here at So You Want to Sell on eBay, I'm Ali Young.
And I'm Ron LeBeau.
That's all for this episode of So You Want to Sell on eBay. Be sure to check out our next episode or any past episodes by going online to soyouwannasellonebay.com. Also, be sure to follow us on your favorite social media sites, facebook.com/So You Want to Sell on eBay, and Twitter @Your eBay Podcast. Thanks for listening, and until next time, happy selling.
Have an idea for a topic or know someone who would like to be on the show? Let us know. Just go to www.soyouwannasellonebay.com/interview. We look forward to hearing from you. This podcast was produced in part by Pro Voice Works.